All right. So, welcome to an insert. I am definitely filming this YouTube channel in my room. I don't give a fuck. If you don't like it, don't fucking watch it. Fuck you. Anyway, so this is going to be a two-part episode where I'm going to be wearing the exact same shit as I'm sitting there filming both parts of this episode. Because this is going to be a two-part episode, obviously, as you know, that this will be um, an immediate, what I want to say, post. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. So anyway, so the golden question, where are all the good people at? Okay, so this episode, I'm gonna start with fellas. You always ask the question, where are the good women at? And to the vast majority of you that ask that question, not for you. And the reason for it being is because of the fact that if you're asking that question, that means one of two very distinct things. One, you just don't deserve a good woman. You know, what constitutes as a good woman. Mm-hmm. Or B, you're just tired of the ratchet learn from you females. Because that's who they are. You know what I mean? Because to me, there's a distinct difference between when I call a woman female as opposed to a woman, right? Distinct difference. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not going to say, because I don't like using bitches. Regardless of how ratchet or disrespectful or anything like that, I just don't like using the term bitches because it's just disrespectful.
Right.
And that's just me and my nature and how I was brought up and how I'm not going to act in that sense and be derogatory in that sense. Right? Ooh. So, with that being said, where are all the good women? Okay. Hustling, taking care of business, cashing a check, not playing the street, not thinking waving a gun is cute, not thinking some smart, conceited, generous, mean mugging, disrespectful to others besides myself, thug individual that goes around, does dumb shit 24/7, 365, mm-hmm. instead of being loyal, taking care of business at home, you're out playing the street and doing dumb shit. You know what I mean? Those good women don't think that acting like the men that hurt them is the answer to getting what they want out of a relationship, because chances are you become one of two things. You become a single parent, or you just have lousy relationship history. Therefore, you become undesirable in the eyes of people who once desired you. And when you put those type of people in the friend zone because those people are deemed to be too nice or too much about their shit, and that you feel like that you're not on their level, now look at you because of that situation.
Sounds like intimidation to me.
Well, it's a little bit more than that because of the fact that it's like there are some people that are intimidated by others because of the fact that it's not because of the fact that they're doing better, but because of the fact that what's on their mind. The mindset intimidates people more than their presence in life. When you look at how people act, you look at how, I'm saying, like, I could be rich, but what is my mindset? If my mindset is, well, I'm just going to splooge, do stupid shit, and as long as some girl gives me pussy, she'll be taken care of. You know what I'm saying? I can have that mindset, or I can have the mindset where that's not enough. I want to continue to keep making more. There's more trips to take. There's more countries to visit. There's better credit to get. True. There's more dreams to come true and stuff like that. There's two different mindsets and two different places that you can be with that sort of money in your pocket.
How you think is how you will behave.
And what it also comes down to as well is that we also have to come to an understanding that we're not all perfect. No matter what I say, no matter what I say on this YouTube channel, I'm far from being perfect. I mean, this is being filmed out of a bedroom in an apartment. I'm not the richest person in the world. I'm not sitting there thinking that I'm some glorified individual, because I'm not. At the end of the day, what it comes down to that you guys have to understand, you guys have to understand something very simple here. Very simple. It's such a concept that I just don't understand why we don't get it. But I really feel like that people just choose not to get these things, okay? So this concept that we have gotten is the fact that we are able to put two and two together, the idea of common sense, something that's not so common in this generation, okay? Where are all the good women at, fellas? Practicing the art of having common sense. The common sense of understanding that you're definitely not worth the time. And there's a difference between being confident, conceited, and not settling for less. Because there's a lot of conceited women that are actually females, that are not with the mindset. They're the females that want to act like men, but then they think that they're too good for another individual that's trying to better himself. You know, one of the biggest mistakes that a lot of women like to make, and I'll talk about that in another episode, and I'll dive more into it, is when they say they don't want a finished project, but you're dating potentials. I talked about it before, but I'll dive more into detail on it when I talk about where the good men are. So here's the thing, fellas. What I don't seem to understand is, if you're gonna sit there and want a good woman, you have to be a good person yourself. When you're going around wanting to talk to all these females, talking about, oh, if I could get this one, I could get this one, or if I could do this and I could do that. It's like, if you're not having the mentality of being with one, because these women that's around here, you know what kills me more than anything is that a man doesn't want this, because a lot of men don't want to stick to one, but they don't want to be polyamorous.
Sounds very double standard.
It's not even double standard. That's just manipulation. That's manipulation.
Well, isn't that what double standard is, a form of manipulation?
In a sense, because, you know, double standard is, I mean, it all depends about how you look at a double standard. A double standard can be a manipulation depending upon what you're applying the double standard on. Like, for example, if you're talking about, in a sense, like, let's say if you're talking about, you know, women shouldn't do this, but men can do that.
That's definitely a double standard.
That's a double standard, you know what I mean? Like, in the sense that women can have standards, but men can't. A double standard, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, but at the same time, you'll see a picture on Facebook of a 350-pound chick with a skinny dude, and next thing you know, there's memes about it. You know what I mean? So we can make jokes about it and stuff like that. We can make jokes about it, and people could say, like, the most horrible and heinous shit. But when a man has a standard and doesn't want to date that, suddenly he's fat phobic. Again, we'll dive more into this in my part 2. But here's the thing that kills me, fellas. Is like, if you want these type of women, maybe you should kind of change a lifestyle to get a good woman. Because good women aren't just going to settle for a guy that thinks playing the street is fun. Because...
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Good women are grown.
Mm-hmm.
They're not about kid shit. Mm-hmm. They're not gun waving thinking all that shit is cute. Mm-hmm. They're not. They're about their shit. They got their shit together. They're doing what they're supposed to do. And they're handling their business.
As they should.
What are you doing to have a good woman in your life? Because if you're just out here doing this stupid rah-rah shit, how the fuck you gonna get a good woman in your life? Why are you even asking where good women are? If you hoeing around, fucking one pussy after another, why are you asking where the good women are? Don't ask where the good women are if you're not in a place to where a good woman would be accepting of that. Because you'll fuck around and say she's being too bougie. No, she's not being too bougie. She just knows that if she fucks with you, she'd be definitely settling for less. Because women, the loyalty on a woman is not to be questioned. Mm-hmm. And when a woman truly loves a man, is truly down for the man, is truly about everything about that man, the loyalty speaks volumes.
Yes, it does.
Loyalty is everything to that woman. So why do you think that they're utterly crushed and defeated, and they feel defeated when they're so down for you and you decide to do some fuck shit?
Right.
The vicious cycle is not something... the vicious cycle does not exist. The vicious cycle is a self-pertaining thing that people create for themselves to to give themselves an excuse to be an ain't shit person.
Yeah.
The vicious cycle does not exist at all. Okay? It's, well, the good guys get with the bad girls, and then they turn into a bad guy, and then go to a good girl and make the good girl bad, and it just continues to keep going. No. The vicious cycle, if you believe that the vicious cycle exists, then that means that your mental maturity is not there. Therefore, you should not even be in a situation to like this to be fucking with somebody who got their shit together. Leave the good women alone. Be with an ain't shit woman if you're an ain't shit man. Play your role. Be homebound. If you're a homebound motherfucker, continue to be homebound.
Mm-hmm.
Don't fuck with somebody that's worldwide. Be homebound. And fuck with somebody that's homebound. And doom yourself to the type of relationships that you see all too often in this in these fucking areas, which is single parenting. You know, bitter single parents. Like, you see it all over the place. Right. It's like a constant war, and the child gets hurt. Let broken homes continue to be made, because homebound individuals, and when I'm speaking from homebound, I'm speaking from a physical sense where you believe that your whole world centers around the Tri-City area. You're homebound in the sense that you act like if you see one good-looking girl, you act like you've seen them all. It's like there's so many women that's out there. There's so many women that's out there that's more beholden to your eye than some pretty girl walking in the hood that probably is going to an ain't shit motherfucker's house. So focus on yourself. Be a better person for yourself. And realize there's more to this world that's out there besides what's sitting on fucking 3rd Ave in Albany. Besides what's sitting on 8th Street in Waterville. Besides over what's going on over in fucking Troy. Besides, it's just like, holy fuck, you from Schenectady, motherfuckers in Albany, like, you're automatically nasty. Like, we got these sort of fucking stereotypes and all this bullshit going on against each other.
There's opportunities that goes beyond your backyard.
That's what it is. Saying. If you're homebound, all you believe in, you think that this is your world, and it's not. This world is so much bigger than that. If you take the opportunities to get outside the world, you'd actually understand.
If you have an abundant way of thinking, it opens your opportunities of reach to more abundant outcomes. And when I say abundant, I'm speaking like positive, consistent. Like, if you believe that there's good out there, more than likely, it's not just that you're going to see that good that you believe or think and feel is out there, but it's also how you probably feel about yourself. But if you're thinking short-sighted, like, women ain't shit or whatever, more than likely it could be because you either been hurt by one or a few people, or you might not be about much yourself but don't want to admit that.
I'm going to repeat this phrase, but in a different text, in a different standpoint, okay? Just because you fuck with a few females doesn't mean you know every single goddamn female. It doesn't mean you know what every female's tendencies are. Bingo. It doesn't mean you have an understanding of the female mind. It doesn't mean that you know shit just because you fucked with a few. Okay? Your knowledge is only from personal experiences. So if you're only experiencing the mentality of these females, then you're not going to understand the mentality of a good woman.
Bingo.
Stop asking where the good women are if you an ain't shit man.